What's going on YouTube? This is Jay, Trucker by Day, and we're making our way back to Idaho. We're in the backside of Montana, south of Bozeman. The roads, I mean, you probably can't tell from the camera. You might see like it looks like there's something on the road, but that's just salt. The roads are pretty dry, bone dry. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, we're heading back. It's pretty crazy actually right now. It's negative 30 degrees, which I know Montana's cold. I've been dealing with it my whole life, but I thought that was Alaska temperatures, you know. But you know, it's just a quiet road, and I'm sorry, you know, whenever these cars come through, they might blind you out a little bit, but it's nothing I can really do about it right now. There you go. But let's see, put the brights on. A little more clear. All right. But yeah, let's have a little talk. You know, just like I always do, I get to pass on my wisdom to all you guys out there that need wisdom, and I only have a little bit of it. It only took 40 years to get some, but in those 40 years, I've learned so many things that I wish I could carry back to my 20s, you know. And maybe some of you guys are in your 20s or 30s, and maybe you can apply some things I talk about, and it might help your life get a little better. And anybody out there I can help, that always makes me feel better. You know, and it's okay to help people sometimes, especially if it's something you've already lived through. But it's a real windy, tight road. But let's talk about something that, you know, as usual in my topics, people hate talking about. Let's talk about accountability. I know, spooky. You know, believing that something shitty in your life might be your own fault. I know that's scary to think about, but it's quite possible. I spent, I don't know, better part of 15, maybe 20 years living life thinking about how everybody was against me, when if I could have just did, or if I would have just did a few things, my life would have got a hell of a lot better. And, you know, have you ever had your partner, you know, girl or guy, you know, see, you know, like they're being really shitty with you, they got an attitude with you, they've been on your ass, they've been whatever, you know, do you ever take a look at it and think about, what am I doing that bothers them so much? Because sometimes you just got to take a look at yourself. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. It's scary. Sometimes it's hard. Believe me. I used to walk around with quite a chip on my shoulder. It took me quite a few years to kind of get rid of that. But, and you know, not totally. Like, I'm very confident. I'm a very confident person. Confident in my ability as a, you know, a friend, you know, a partner, especially a truck driver. You guys know that. I love truck driving, so I know I'm good at that. But, sorry about that. But the accountability side, man, it is, I mean, it takes work. You know, I know, and some of you guys out there hearing that, they're like, oh no, it takes work. It's too hard. It's too spooky. I can't do it. I can't look at myself anymore. It's probably just everybody else's problem. It's not me. Yeah, I used to tell myself the same thing. But eventually I had a good friend of mine, you know, somebody that was a little bit older than me, a few classes ahead of me. You know, they told me, you know, a lot later in life, they told me that, hey, did you ever think about the things in your life that you could change that, you know, you didn't change, you just decided to blame everybody else about? I was like, no, actually, I just blamed everybody. But, you know, the keys to being a better person and the keys to fixing your problems, I'm talking about internal problems, like if it's mental or physical or anything like that, any kind of problems that you have in your life, you would be surprised if you know, for instance, let's say you're overweight, okay? Say you're overweight. We all have been. This will surprise you. A lot of people in this world that if they're not overweight right now, a lot of them have been there at some point. So instead of saying, well, health food's expensive and, you know, fast food's cheap, so I'll just eat fast food. Why don't you get off your ass and exercise a little more and maybe moderate your diet a little more? And hell, if you can't do that, get a trainer. That's what they make their money for. You know what I mean? If you take the accountability and say, am I fat because, you know, I have no control over what I eat? Or am I fat because I eat whatever the hell I want and it's easily preventable? You know, same with a relationship. Is your partner, you know, are you doing things that your partner really hates? You know, like things that you know you've heard either, you know, you've heard them make a comment or you've argued about it or whatever. I don't care if it's drinking, I don't care if it's looking at porn, I don't care what it is. Is it something that you can change? Is it something you can say like, hey, maybe I just need to, you know, change it up a little and see if she's still going to be, you know, she or he, see if they're still going to be that unhappy. And what's really crazy is you might find that once you take accountability for yourself and you really take a look inside yourself, you really take a look at the shit that you've been putting off and the things that, you know, you like to pretend like you can't change, but you damn well can. I believe in you. I mean, people believed in me or I wouldn't be alive right now. So, you know, like with your partner, here's the crazy thing that I found out in my life. So, you know, I had, you know, partners before that, you know, they didn't like certain things about me, and that's fine. You know, you can't like everything about everybody. That doesn't work. But guess what? I changed that thing, and I'd make sure I'd never brought it up or did it again. Didn't matter if it was staying up too late. Didn't matter what it was. I got rid of it, and they just found something else. So, I mean, that might be a real, you know, a real life changer for you, for your relationship. You know what I mean? Just try to change something that they hate about you. Man, everybody's been flashing me up. Oh, man, I hope there's not a wreck up here. I hope to God there's not a wreck up here. Because we're actually making some good time right now. But, you know, that would be a good test of your relationship in your life. Accountability is very hard. It's a difficult thing. It sucks. And, you know, when you finally sit down and look at yourself, I mean, when you look in the mirror, do you know what you're looking at? You know, hey, I'm hardworking. I'm a good partner. I'm a good father. You know what I mean? I work hard. I don't cheat on my wife. I do everything I'm supposed to. Are you that person, or are you missing out on all those things? You know, you gotta find a way to be accountable for your own actions. And I know this is grown-up talk, and if you're not prepared to do that, I mean, I'm not telling anybody out there that they have to do anything, but accountability is a pretty damn good start to giving you the life you want, the partner you want, you know what I mean, the social circles you want, all those things. Are you trying to cut back on drinking? Okay, maybe don't go to bars. Maybe don't hang out with other drinkers. I know that's hard. That might be some of your good friends. But if, you know what I mean, anybody in your life, I'll live like this until I die. This lesson right here. Anybody in your life that, you know, you tell them, I'm trying to make myself better, they're going to be on board with that. I promise you. If they're not on board, you're wasting your time. Move on to the next friend. But you got to start taking steps. You got to start looking at yourself, because I don't know if you know this or not, but unless you're a rich, entitled trust fund kid or your family's very wealthy, nobody's going to give you anything in this life. But you're welcome to go out there and take whatever you want. You know, you go out there and make money, but start looking at yourself. Start thinking, hey, maybe I'm the problem. Okay? I did that many years ago, and I I achieved a lot of things in my life that I wanted to do. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't start taking a look at myself and growing up a little bit. But, hey, it's a tough road, this thing, this game of life. But I believe in you. And I know that if there's things in your life that bother you, take some accountability, work on them. Give it a few months. Just try to look at yourself instead of blaming everybody else. And you're just going to be a better person. That's all there is to it. And you might surprise yourself about what you're really capable of. But this is Jay, Trucker by Day. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.